Welcome to r/TrueOffMyChest, a place where Redditors can get personal feelings off their chest. This post comes from throw.ra3443667. Tried seducing him for 10 hours, but one scene from Megan Fox's movie instantly turned him on. This happened yesterday. I was trying to initiate intimacy and tried for a whole 10 hours, from dropping hints, to touching, to kissing, and even flat-out dirty talk, but he was as cold as a rock. I gave up, and after dinner he sat down watching TV while I was doing the dishes. A Megan Fox movie came on and my husband immediately and suddenly changed his mood. He's now feeling hot, and is breathing heavily. It was even one of those sexy scenes. He is obsessed with her. I look at him and say, "Really? I've been trying to get this reaction from you for 10 whole hours." He says, "What? No one turns me on quite like Megan." I say, "Sir, no sex then, huh?" And he responds, "Well, not until you start trying to look more like Megan." He said this so casually I almost lost my cool. We had a fight, word from me, word from him, and he went to sleep in the guest's room. Not gonna lie, I cried because I felt humiliated and ignored after all I've done for him. I mean, I cook, I clean. On top of that I work long hours, pay the bills and even his internet. It'd be a little nice to be shown love and appreciation every now and then, but he keeps dismissing me completely. I'm feeling hurt and very, very unappreciated. He's not into you. He's into you paying the bills and his internet. Break up with him. Find a man that will love and appreciate you. I don't understand how people stay in these relationships. No one turns me on quite like Megan. What is this dude? A bunch of commenters are upset by the suggestion for separation. It's like they think this is normal behavior that women should put up with. This isn't about being dramatic. It's about upping your standards about what a loving partnership looks like. You don't tolerate each other, demean each other, or take your relationship for granted. Honestly, what is the point of a relationship where the person who is supposed to love you the most treats you like crap? Maybe I've just seen the light after experiencing a genuine, deeply loving and connected long-term relationship. Lord knows they weren't always that way, and I'm sure glad I left those relationships. The next post comes from throwaway4243446. My husband's stepmom just told me why his stepsister committed suicide. I've been married to him for 4 years. His mum passed when he was 15 and his dad remarried to his stepmom, and he had a stepsister 4 years younger than him. He said he never had a good relationship with them but never gave a reason nor explanation. He just referred to his stepmom and stepsister as heartless, wicked witches. His stepmom is sick with cancer and it is terminal. She reached out to me via work and tried to start conversations. I avoided her till she sent a text saying she wanted to tell me something important about my husband. I figured she wanted me to convince him to make amends with her, but she started telling me about her deceased daughter Christine. What she said was shocking. She told me that my husband made advances and tried coming on to his stepsister several times. It went on for years, from the age of 16 to 24, even after Christine moved out. He used to take every opportunity to be alone with her and act inappropriately. At some point he even threatened he'd expose the affair to her boyfriend at the time and ruin her life, which led to her moving away suddenly and changing her name to Sarah. His stepmom said that Christine sent her letters finally opening up about everything my husband has done to her for years. One of the letters contained a suicide note, and she took her life 2 months later due to mental health issues. I couldn't believe it, but she showed me the letters and said it was the reason why she divorced his dad. I left without saying anything. My entire being was shaken up, and I did my best not to tell him about what I found out. It's been days and I'm still pretty much angry and in shock. At the same time I feel helpless because I know there isn't much I can do in order to decide if this was really what happened. However, a lot of things make sense now, like how uncomfortable he gets at the mention of her name, how he mentions the name Sarah in intimate moments, the fact that his dad excluded him from his will. It all adds up now, which makes it worse. It's been years, but I feel betrayed and lied to. I can't even look him in the eyes now and feel like I'm about to lose my mind. I want to confront him about it, but am afraid of how he might react. How he mentions the name Sarah in intimate moments. I'm sorry but. What? I would be scared too. This is complete predatory behavior, and if it's true, which it sounds like it is, he's been able to hide it for years. Maybe start making quiet arrangements to leave. Move money into a private account. Ask a friend with a spare room to have it ready for you and start moving clothes there. Keep everything you need in your handbag so you can leave at a moment's notice. When you do confront him, and you need to do it in public like a park or something, do not let him try to get you home. Tell him you need the truth before you can even think about being alone with him. Stating the obvious here, run. The next post comes from Cephalexine. I love my husband more than my kids. My husband and I met in college, and have been married for 25 years. I love him with my entire heart and soul, and couldn't ask for a better partner. I have 2 lovely and wonderful children, 21 female and 24 female. They're both smart and accomplished individuals, with very kind hearts. I struggled a lot with the fear of giving birth and what my body would look like, the help and support I would receive during pregnancy, and my husband was the biggest godsend I could ever have, and the most wonderful father. After I gave birth, my husband and I sat down and had a talk. We realized that if a gun were pointed at us, we would throw ourselves in front of our kids at the drop of a hat. However, I realized that I had more feelings of love and affection for him than I ever felt with my kids. We decided that we should try therapy to see if there would be any negative effects of such feelings, and our therapist said that as long as I never indicated these to the children, it would not affect the family. I never ever told my children that I loved their father the most. It has been 3 years since our youngest moved out. Both of our kids call around once a week, invite us for lunch or dinner and all life moments, and we reciprocate. I even insisted on family therapy before they moved out to see if we had mistreated them or they harbored any resentment towards us as parents, and other than minor personality incompatibility, nothing ever was an issue. My husband and I are now living alone, and every time I look at him, my heart becomes warm with love for the man who I built my life with. He was with me through thick and thin and supported our family for so many years. When our daughters come over and I see him baking or clearing the yard with them, sometimes I get a little teary-eyed. A close friend of mine asked me about some perspective with respect to marriage and children, and when I shared my feelings, she somehow looked shocked and furious. She called me a failure of a mother and left. I feel horrible, as I know I should never have had such feelings. It's like all my fears about parenthood were back to the surface, even thought I did my best to fix them. I don't know what to do. My grandfather has told me since I was a child that my grandmother is his number one. Letting me know that he absolutely loves me but that not a day goes by where he doesn't think about how important my grandmother is to him. They've been married 35 years now, I believe. I'm not sure how I'll feel when I become a father someday, but right now I couldn't imagine my fiancée not being my number one, and honestly I feel like she always will be. Honestly, I would kill for this kind of love. Children practically come with a biological obligation to love them and tolerate all their crap while they turn into brand new humans. You chose your husband and he chooses you back every day. He stays without the bloodline connecting you two. He cares because he loves you in particular and not because you just happened to be the first giant to show him love when he was small. It sounds like you still very much love your children, and to me, there is nothing wrong with valuing the love between you and your husband more because fudge. That kind of love is infinitely more rare than a mother's love for her babies. Spare some of your love luck and send me some good romance vibes, lady. I've been single 6 years and it's butts. There's no issues either way. I love my children more than my partner, but I don't see anything wrong if the mother loves the father more, as long as she does love her children and raises them well and knows how to balance attention between all her family and herself for self-care. Too many mothers allow the fathers or stepfathers or boyfriends to abuse their children because the mother loves the man more and thinks they are more important. That's why you get a bad representative. You're getting lumped in with the bad guys who neglect their children for the man. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell.